Hello, everyone. My name is Parya Saberi. I'm Associate Professor at the University of California, San Francisco Center for AIDS Prevention Studies. I conduct research with youth and young adults living with HIV and also for HIV prevention. And today I'm going to talk about one of my research projects called Youth for Cure. This is a project that's funded by the National Institutes of Health, and it focuses on knowledge, interests, motivators, concerns, deterrents of participating in HIV cure-related research among 18 to 29-year-olds living with HIV. I have the website listed here if you want to learn more about it. As part of this study, we convened our youth advisory panel, which is a panel consisting of 10 18 to 29-year-olds in the San Francisco Bay Area who in the past have helped us with input and feedback on our research projects, in notifying us about pressing issues in the community around HIV cure and prevention, as well as help in disseminating research findings. So we convened the YAP in May of 2020 to talk to them about this project and also to ask about how HIV cure-related research can best be conveyed to youth and young adults living with HIV, given that it's a complex topic and there's a lot of scientific jargon. One of our members suggested looking at a comic strip or animation type strategies to better describe this. And he pointed us to these Japanese comic strips. One is called Cells at Work, that use these characters to convey white blood cells, red blood cells, and platelets. And the other members of the youth advisory panel loved this idea. This panel member happened to be a graphic designer himself, so he introduced us to his team and we hired them to help us in developing these illustrations. So our process was iterative. We focused on 4 HIV cure modalities: latency reversing agents, immune-based strategies, gene editing, and block and lock strategies. So our team, the UCSF team, conveyed the scientific strategies and presented them to the graphic design team. They then took the scientific language and tried to distill the information and brainstorm ideas for illustrations. And together we would go back and forth in narrowing down the ideas, the options for illustrations, titles, texts, and definitions. So here's our first illustration on the latency reversing agents. This is Captain LRA, who's basically waking up the cells that are latently infected so that the immune system can then clean up the site. This is the immune team. This is immune-based strategies where the various immune cells gain different powers and skills to be able to fight the virus. Next, we have the gene editing strategies where immune cells or various cells in the body are taken out of the cell via blood draw. They are enhanced and reintroduced back into the body to be able to fight HIV. And we have yet to finish the block and lock strategies, but I just wanted to show you kind of a preliminary version of how these illustrations look before we finalize them. All of these illustrations are also available on our website, youthforcure.ucsf.edu. So if you want to use them or take a look at them, please feel free to do so. So by working with the youth advisory panel and inviting community input into our research, we were able to further develop our relationship with community members, create tools that can be used by many other groups and research projects. For example, Curriculum will be using these illustrations. And we better understood HIV cure strategies ourselves by being able to describe them in simplified terms. We're currently using these illustrations for a national survey for youth and young adults living with HIV to explain cure strategies. So if you know of anyone who may be eligible, please feel free to send them our website. The artists or the graphic design team Also love this project so much that they've actually decided to focus their business strategy on working with academics to better explain complex scientific strategies. So if you would like to work with them, again, this is the web link for their information. And finally, we're going to be working on a paper together with the graphic design team to be able to publish these illustrations. So thank you so much for inviting me for this presentation, and I hope to come back soon to talk about my other research projects.